I'm really fortunate with my job to do a lot of travel, but that often takes me on some long road trips or some long flights. So I always make sure I've got a great audiobook, in fact, a number of audiobooks on my phone so I can listen to them. On a recent trip to Cairns, I found myself listening to one of Earl Nightingale's Lead the Field series, audio series. And the lesson that really struck me was called Miracles of the Mind. In fact, I was so taken by the content in it that I actually transcribed the whole 20-minute lesson while I was on the flight. And that's what I want to share with you in today's video blog. Just a little bit of this lesson of Miracles of the Mind. So welcome to this week's video blog. It's great to have you here, and I hope you can take just a little bit something special away from this lesson today. So in Miracles of the Mind, what Earl touches on is how powerful our mind is, but how few people actually turn on this miraculous thinking apparatus that we have. He reminds us that remembering to do something is not actually thinking, that reacting or responding to a situation is not actually thinking. Getting up in the morning and remembering to brush your teeth and shower and have breakfast and take that particular bus to work is not actually thinking. And then when we get to work, often we're in a particular routine and we do very similar things all day, every day. And then we get home and we fall into the evening routine. So often we can go a long time without actually switching on our thinking apparatus, our marvelous mind. And when most of us are faced with a problem, do you ever really turn to yourself to solve that problem? Or do you look for somebody else's help, a friend, a relative, your boss, who often may not know any more than you about how to solve that problem? And what Earl shares with us in this lesson is a really simple way of forming the habit of switching on your thinking apparatus, your marvelous mind. And that is, spend an hour a day. You might want to start with a little bit less than that, but try and find, well, I know that you can find an hour a day if you really think about what you're doing. Sit down with a blank sheet of paper and write at the top of the sheet of paper what your primary goal is, or even your primary problem at the moment, and spend that time thinking about ways in which you can improve what you're currently doing to help you move forward on that. And he says, try and get to 20 new ways, 20 things that you could do to improve that which you are currently doing. Now he says there's two things about this exercise. One, it's not particularly easy. As is forming any new habit, your mind is going to want to wander. It's not going to want to sit there and focus on that goal or that problem. And you have to keep pulling it back. You're training yourself to think, to stay focused, to use the will of the mind to stay focused on that. The second thing that he points out is a lot of your ideas are not actually going to be that good. In fact, very few of them will be very good. But that's actually not the point. The point is twofold. One, it really only takes one of those ideas that could potentially transform the way you do something or find a whole new opportunity that you hadn't thought of before. And the second thing, the point of the exercise is to teach you to think, to actually form the habit of consciously thinking, of consciously directing your mental energy towards a specific goal or problem that you currently face. So don't worry about how crazy some of those ideas are. Don't worry about the how or whether or not that's even irrational or logical. Do not give any worry to the quality of the ideas that you put down. Just form the daily habit of writing down the goal or the problem and thinking of 20 new ways that you can improve what it is that you're currently doing. And I'm sure that you will thoroughly enjoy the exercise once you get into the habit of doing it. Like anything, when we're forming a new habit, it can be challenging. We don't want to do it. Our brain is, being forced to do things in a new and different way. But if you stick with this exercise, you will be amazed at what you have inside of you that you can call on to help you solve some of those problems and goals. So I really hope that you enjoy doing that exercise, that you take it on board, get yourself a stack of white sheet of paper, make it a habit at the start of your day to do that little exercise. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video blog, and I really look forward to connecting with you soon.